Consistency comes achievement. Could you believe it? Well, I believe it. I believe it. Yeah.
Coming up on Real Talk.
That parental anxiety. You know, it's like you want everybody happy. You want to see a smile on their face. You don't feel right. You just don't feel right looking at your child looking funny.
Sad, hopefully sore.
Yeah, you know, so he got to do this project, but you got this anxiety.
So you're going to do it yourself and not allow him or her to do it themselves and get the grade that they earned.
That anxiety, that parental anxiety is really something. I don't know how many parents have it, but me as a parent, that's one of my main things that I have. I have that anxiety as we speak. I want to fix it for you. I want you to have a smile on your face when I walk in this room. How come y'all ain't smiling? You know, what's wrong?
Yeah,
you don't
what's
feel
going on?
right up in here, you know. Our children have trained us, you know.
That mom and dad is always going to save them. You know, they'll always be there. But what happens when they die?
Exactly.
You know?
Your wife will do it for you. Your girlfriend.
Wow.
Sadie Sue over there. Tally Tom up there.
Somebody will help.
Somebody
gonna help me do this.
Yeah, because now we've done such an injustice for this child. Call ourselves helping, but all we've done was destroy this child, basically. Enabled them to be dependent on somebody else.
At all times, it seems like, in all situations.
On the last episode of Real Talk.
Because do you see what the side effect is?
Yeah, to ignore me, it's like, what? That's a punishment itself.
Exactly.
That's a punishment itself. And then with kids being, you know, they don't
understand.
Really understand.
No.
That's what we're supposed to do.
And that will shut you down as you get older. A lot of times adults can't verbalize what they feel.
Yeah.
They can't verbalize because they were shot down, they was ignored, which made them feel like if they said something, they can't say it because you're gonna ignore me, you ain't gonna like me no more because I done did it. You know, that's just awful.
Yeah.
That's just awful.
Yeah, I agree. So with
now you mad because why you mad?
Because of your thoughts and what you think.
Because of what I'm thinking. Our whole thing is that nobody causes us to be mad but ourselves. What we're thinking is causing us to act the way we act. The way you think is the way you act. And what you're feeling is going to determine what you need. So anger, it's a natural emotion that we all have. And it's a good emotion. It's just the way that we deal with it or the way we try to handle this anger by whether thinking that somebody else done caused us to have this anger.
You made me mad.
Yeah, you made me mad.
25.8 million children and adults in the United States.
That's 8.3% of the population
have diabetes.
Here's a list of diabetes complications.
Heart disease and stroke.
High blood pressure.
Blindness.
Kidney disease.
Nervous system disease.
Amputation.
What are you going to do?
Follow your doctor's instructions.
Wear your medical ID basic.
Recognize
the symptoms.
Watch your diet. Have your eyes checked regularly.
Exercise.
You have the power to live a healthy life. It's all up to you.
With consistency comes achievement. Could you believe it? Well, I believe it.
Welcome to our show, Real Talk. I'm your host, Amina. The views you hear are strictly ours, so take what you like and leave the rest. Our panel today is LaToya. Welcome. Our topic today is why fixing things for your child doesn't help or isn't healthy. I believe that in order for children to learn how to do hard things, they have to be allowed to do the hard things in order so that they can master it. Because if you haven't done anything, how can you say anything?
Yeah.
You got to go through something to get to something.
That's right.
So when parents don't hold their children accountable, a couple of things happen. The children don't respect your authority. You told me to clean up my room, but yet you go clean up the room. So now you tell me to clean up my room next time, what you think gonna happen?
You're gonna be cleaning up my room. You're sending me mixed messages. I don't know.
Yeah, for real though.
Yeah.
And then another thing, if you're always fixing stuff for your kids, they learn to internalize this. They learn to be helpless. They learn helplessness is a learned, because helplessness is a learned behavior. So if you're justifying and fixing everything, the second thing is that I learned to be helpless. I learned that somebody else is gonna do it. So when it comes time for me to get a job, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
When it's time for me to do my school work, I'm not gonna do it. So, you know, these are some of the things that
Come out of.
some of the things that we do to our children, thinking that we helping, and we really not really helping. So, LaToya, what do you think about this?
I think that it takes away their ability to make responsible decisions and be responsible for themselves. It teaches them, you know, that they're not accountable for their actions by you always making excuses or not consequenting them for the things that they do. You know, they have no sense of accountability whatsoever, which is definitely not good.
Not good at all.
It's definitely not
really
good.
Yeah.
So we have to teach them to be responsible by holding them accountable. They have to know that if this behavior, you continue to do this, well, this is the consequences, and I'm holding you responsible. So.
Right. We as parents, we fall into these traps, fix-it traps.
Yeah, yeah.
And some of the reasons that we fall into the traps are
Because, pity
and guilt.
Guilt.
You know, but why do we feel so pity, have so much guilt, you think?
I don't know. Maybe some people feel guilt because they actually want to do something to help their kids, and they feel guilty if they can't, or I don't know.
Yeah, that pity and guilt, though, is one of the reasons why we do try to fix stuff for the kids.
Okay.
Because we're having that pity. We know we pity. For example, like if they have a disability or something.
Okay, okay.
So, you know, we feel a little guilty. We feel a little sorry for them, so we want to try to help them with that. And then another thing, too, is that parental anxiety. You know, it's like you want everybody happy. You want to see a smile on their face. You don't feel right. You just don't feel right looking at your child looking funny.
Sad or hopeless or.
Yeah, you know, so he got to do this project, but you got this anxiety.
So you're going to do it yourself and not allow him or her to do it themselves and get the grade that they earned.
That anxiety, that parental anxiety is really something. I don't know how many parents have it, but me as a parent, that's one of my main things that I have. I have that anxiety as we speak. I want to fix it for you. I want you to have a smile on your face when I walk in this room. How come y'all ain't smiling? You know, what's wrong?
Yeah,
it don't
what's
feel
going on?
right up in here, you know. So
we
that
want to fix things all the time.
Yeah, that anxiety is a big one. And then, you know, your children train you too.
Well, yeah, they could train you by constantly doing things, you know, that you come and rescue them on. You know, start a project, don't finish it. You know, start cleaning the room, don't finish it, or whatever else it is that they need to do. But it's really something else.
It is.
We think that we're loving our children. We think that we're, you know, giving them the best by protecting them, stopping them from getting in trouble, depending on the situations. But yet we are not helping them.
I know, that's sad. That's truly sad.
Maybe that's where some of the pity or guilt comes from.
The love.
knowing what we're doing to them or not.
No, I don't think it's
No?
a conscious thing.
Okay.
Because we think that our love
Uh-huh.
is helping. Our love is doing for you what you're supposed to do for yourself.
Uh-huh.
Because that's the way we love you. We love you to death. We enable you.
Yeah.
So that you can't do nothing. When you get a wife, you can't do nothing for her neither. She got to step in and be your mama.
Huh.
You know?
Yeah.
We teach our men to be, we enable our men, and I don't think we enable our daughters, though. But back to the kids. Some of the parental, some of the traps that we fall into as parents is we pity, we have guilt, we have that parental anxiety, and then our children have trained us.
Yeah.
You know?
That mom and dad is always going to save them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'll always be there. But what happens when they die?
Exactly.
You know?
Your wife will do it for you. Your girlfriend.
Wow.
Sadie Sue over there. Tally Tom up there.
Somebody will help.
Somebody
Somebody gonna help me do this.
Yeah, because now we've done such an injustice for this child. Call ourselves helping, but all we've done was destroyed this child, basically. Enabled them to be dependent on somebody else.
At all times,
At
it
all
seems like, in all situations.
Mm-hmm. And that's so sad. That's just so terribly sad. As we speak, it's going on,
yes,
baby.
It
you
is.
know, and it's sad, baby.
It is,
It really
definitely.
is. Some of the ways, well, 5 ways, really, that we can help ourselves.
Okay, because that's what it really is. It's really about us.
Yeah, it's about us. It's not too much about the kids. It's about what we feeling that we need to do for this child. We want to overprotect the child.
But they have to live life. That's, you know, you live and you learn. It's a part of life.
Yeah. So
one of those 5 ways, positive self-talk.
Yeah. I need to tell myself it's going to be okay. He can do it.
Yes.
He can do it. He's capable. I raised him. He can do that. You know, he can. And then if I can't, if it's too hard on me, I got to get up, baby, and go
do
walk.
something. Yeah, I got to get a hobby. Get something to do. Find something to do.
Distract myself because I want
anxiety.
Yeah, that anxiety is on me. You know, it's heavy.
Yeah.
I want to go do it for you.
For somebody. I need to do it right now.
Yeah, and then another thing too is holding them accountable.
We have to hold them accountable. They have to know that if they, you know, don't follow the rules or if they break them, the law, whatever, you're accountable for your own actions and for your behavior. Whether at home, it's the house rules. Whether at school, on the workplace, you know, there's certain things you can and cannot do. And if you do, well, then there's consequences.
Exactly.
You know?
It's consequences for your actions.
But we're not teaching them responsibility by taking on everything for them.
Right.
That's not teaching them responsibility at all.
Fixing everything.
Yeah, that's teaching them dependence. Be dependent on someone,
yes.
not independent.
Yes, yes. And then another thing, too, is to help them over the hurdle.
Okay.
But coach them.
Yeah.
You know, you the coach on the side.
Yeah,
you know.
But don't do it for them.
Exactly, like that project that they got to do at school.
Yeah. Let them do it themselves. If they need a sense of direction, then give them a sense of direction. If they, you know, oh, I don't know where to start. I don't have no idea what to do, which colors to use. Well, give them everything that they need and allow them to do it themselves. Let their creative juices flow. And they'll learn to be responsible.
Yeah, because that's the goal. And then the last thing, too, allow your child to be his own person. And that's deep. How many of us want our children to be us?
I mean, I think that's every parent in the world. Honestly speaking, I think that's every parent in the world. We want our children to be perfect, or we want them to, you know, live nice lives and be successful and all these different things. We don't want no pain or no harm to come to them, point blank, period. No pain, no harm. You know, like you said, you come in a room, you want to see them smiling. Why aren't you smiling? So I think that's a natural instinct, or, you know, something that we have as parents, you know, to protect our children. You know, that's what we do. But protection in this case, where we don't allow them to make responsible decisions for themselves, is far from protection.
It's damaging.
Yes.
It's very damaging. And whether we allow the child, whether we want the child to be his own person or not, they're going to be their own person. Regardless.
Yeah.
They are who they are, and we are who we are. They're going to do things that we don't like.
Or
But
don't
that's
approve
just how
of.
Exactly. That's just how it is. And we are going to have to allow our children to be their own person.
And to grow.
And to grow.
Yeah.
And that's the only way they will grow, is to be allowed to be them.
Yeah.
Figure out what it is that they need to do to be them. Do your work. I'm not going to fix it for you.
Yes.
You can do it your way.
Yes.
I might not say if it's a billboard, the color is ugly. To me, it's the ugliest color I ever seen.
Yes.
But that's your project.
Exactly.
I'm going to allow you to
yeah.
do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Allow you to be you. Allow you to be your own person.
Yeah.
So I think that five ways that we can help ourselves is the positive talk, the positive self-talk to ourselves.
The distraction, find something to do, to busy yourself while they figure out what it is that they need to do. You know, fix their problem. Yeah.
And hold them accountable.
For their actions.
Always,
Yes.
always. Accountability, because they need to learn accountability. And then it's one about the hurdle.
Helping them over the hurdle.
Coaching.
Guide them, coach them, but don't actually do it for them. So, and that's in all aspects of life. You know, if they're having problems at home with their family or with work or whatever, you know, advise them, you know, tell them, give them a sense of direction, but allow them to do it themselves and make their own decisions.
You know, I think that one is a big one.
Okay.
That hurdle, the coaching, because
Some
most
of us
parents
think
don't
that coaching
wanna
is doing it.
Yes. Yes.
Some of us think
Instead of coaching, you wanna, instead of you know how you coach something. How them
okay, so
football
what is
players
coaching?
do it?
You're doing a good job. You can do it. I believe you can. Keep moving forward. You know, encouraging words. We always need them. So encourage more rather than do it for them.
Do that coaching, help over that hurdle, but don't pick them up and
And
put them
them
up
over the hurdle, right?
Yeah, coach.
Yeah.
I think that's really a big one. That's a big one, because we don't want to coach. We want to
Do it.
yes,
Fix it. Fix it. Fix it. Yeah.
yeah, and then allow them to be their own person.
Allow them to make mistakes.
Yes.
Allow them to figure it out. Allow them to work it out. Allow them to make the decisions that they make, even though we disagree with them.
Exactly.
Or, you know,
Exactly.
to do.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
That's, you know,
And it don't
that's
go
not,
like
that doesn't
that.
help them with what they're growing
Right.
and
It doesn't.
learning.
It doesn't. This is a point that we really need to look into.
Okay.
The fact that we can't accept the fact that our children gonna do things that we're not comfortable with, and that that goes back to the different levels. You know, until a person is about 50 years old, they gonna do stuff that's
We may not like,
exactly.
we may not agree with.
Exactly.
You know.
And we need to get comfortable as parents. We need to get
Which is
comfortable.
Easier said than done. Oh my goodness. It's easier
Okay.
said than done. So, I mean, just even elaborating on that, it being easier said than done, I mean, hopefully these ways in which we've told them will make it easier than said than done. If they use it, if they apply it.
Yeah. You got to
Right?
apply it.
Right?
And then if you slip, it's okay. It's okay.
Don't beat
As
yourself
long-
down.
Don't never beat yourself down. Because we gonna slip. Because trying to learn a new behavior, you revert back to that old behavior when you get up against that wall.
Yeah.
And you're gonna come out with that old stuff that you was doing. But at least if you're able to catch yourself,
You're doing good.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good, and you can keep trying to allow
at it.
your child to be who they are, because that's very important.
It's very important, but at the same time, it's important for them to grow and find out who they are, and for us to be comfortable with what we've given them.
Exactly.
And allow them to use it when they use it.
Exactly.
With persistency comes achievement. Could you believe it? Well, I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, you could receive it. As long as you receive Consistency comes achievement. Could you believe it? Well, I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, you could receive it as long as you can perceive it.
Welcome back to our show. We're going to touch on how children train us. You know, that's pretty deep. They train us, actually, for real? Are you kidding me?
Manipulate us, huh? We don't even know that we're being manipulated.
Walking on eggshells.
I'm not going to walk on eggshells. I'm sorry. Like, you know, but everybody parents differently. You know, that's just something I wouldn't do. I'm not going to walk on eggshells around my child. Like, seriously, we're going to talk out the situation. We're going to work it out, and that's just it. Walk on eggshells.
So one of the ways that our children train us, what do you think? I mean, what do you think, Tori? What are one of the ways?
For instance, going to the grocery store, seeing a child in there carrying out, hooping and hollering, and because that parent is embarrassed, he or she is going to go grab a piece of candy and give it to that child, just to stop him from hollering because they are embarrassed at the grocery store.
Walking on eggshells.
Walking on eggshells, yeah.
You know, you can't do what you want to do.
No, you can't.
Maybe
No,
you should have left them at home.
Yeah,
You know, next time leave them at home. But they train us by hollering and screaming. Get out of my room.
Get out of my room. Close my door.
You know.
You're making my life miserable.
How dare you? You're making your life miserable. But okay, I want to fix it because, no, I don't want your life miserable, honey.
Yeah, right. So what do I need to do? I'm asking the child, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to help you stop doing this, what you're doing? Quit embarrassing me right now.
Yeah, so you are being trained. And speaking of training, how these children train us, I think not only children, these
carry out like this, adults do
Adults do too. I wonder what level, you know that level, that 3-year-old, that 0 to 6-year-old level. I see many adults hollering and screaming, talking about it's my way or the highway, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, no want to connect. I want to be right.
At all times.
I want it now.
Right now.
Not later, but now.
Right now.
You know, a lot of adults are still on these levels, the levels of
childish. They're acting childish. It's a lot of adults that act childish, or do things that, you know, they know better than to do.
Girl, I don't think they know better, because when you know better, baby, you
do better, right?
So evidently, they don't know better. It's the level. I think you need to be careful. You know, it's really, 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 really scary. It's really scary, this here level stuff, you know, this level. Because you see so many adults acting like
children.
3-year-olds, hollering and screaming. Not so much hollering and screaming, but it is hollering and screaming.
Or wanting somebody to do something for them instead of being the responsible adult that they are, you know, and doing the things that they need to do. They want somebody to do it for them.
Millie really makes you think, dang, your mama really did mess you up.
Yeah.
You know?
Because they're walking around here like somebody owes them something. Somebody has to do this or that or that or this for them. Wonder where it comes from.
That's pretty deep. The damage that we do as parents to allow
our children to be themselves.
To hold them accountable for their actions.
For everything that they do or don't do or are supposed to do.
And it's so important for us as parents to get over our anxiety, at parental anxiety. I go back to that. I keep going back to that because that's such a big one. The fact that you don't want to see your child hurt, or you don't want to see your child, you feel uncomfortable with
him, with his or her abilities, basically. That's what it all comes back to. You're not comfortable enough to trust your child, him or her, to make the decisions that they can for themselves.
Exactly.
You know, for whatever reason, the parents don't trust that, you know. That's a personal issue they need to work out with themselves, but.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one, not being able, you don't trust that your child is capable. So you want to handicap your child, enable your child by fixing everything for your child. The damage that we as parents do to our children is so damaging, and it's so sad.
It is.
We think we're helping, but we're just destroying.
Yeah.
You know? So with that
being said,
baby, we hope when you know better, you do better. Going to bring our talk show to a close. And like I said, the views here were expressed were strictly ours.
Yes.
Take what you like, baby,
and
leave the rest. Ciao. Well, shoot, you getting paid just like me. How come I got to do all of your work?
That's why it's called a job. You should know your duties as well as they should know theirs. You do yours, I do mine. With teamwork, we get the job done. Let's go.
Teamwork. But then, too, that teamwork can get old. Because you get tired of this person that their mama done fixed everything for them.
Well, we have to take the necessary steps to address that.
You know?
Yeah.
That's deep because, yeah, baby, that teamwork. That teamwork. You know, we are a team.
Yes.
But then it's TEAM.
So basically, everybody carries their own weight.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
Everybody carry their own weight.
But your mama done mess you up, though. I'm going to have to talk to my supervisor.
What you know about that, huh?